And we wear those masks because we had to lie to white folk about how we were feeling. How we doing today? Boss, we doing fine. We had to lie in order to keep building up those instruments of revolution, and we didn't want to give away the truth. So we wore the mask for dominant white culture. But when you before God, unmask yourself. Take off your mask. Take off your self-righteousness. Take off your belief that you have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect before the Almighty. As the great theologian Grace Jones said, I may not be perfect, but I'm perfect for you. And so before God, we take off our masks. We unmask ourselves before the Almighty because God stitched us into the womb of our mother. God formed us as unformable ideals in God's own mind. You are the physical and biological manifestation of God's belief for your destiny and desire for who you are to become. So when you're dealing with God, unmask yourself. It seems to me, too, that Moses said, but when I'm dealing with other people, I got to put my mask on. And we put our mask on because we're dealing in a culture where we can't afford to tell the truth. They already think we're angry and we're upset, so we can't act angry and upset. We tell women not to have a resting face. We tell them to act and smile in a certain way because they have to pretend that they feel things that they don't feel. We have been told from the beginning of our history here that we have to wear a mask, and we did wear a mask. And the reason we wore a mask is to do things long enough, to survive long enough, to rebel, to resist, to create opportunities in our own community before we were massacred or eradicated or wiped out, deleted, or destroyed from a dominant culture. We wore the mask. We laughed when it wasn't funny. We smiled when we were crying in our hearts. We were joyous in our lives and deportment when there was grief in our communities. We were forced to wear that mask. And some of us still today, we got to wear the mask. We can't go to work and tell the boss what we really think. We can't tell white folk when they ask us, we want to be an ally. Can you help us out? Can you tell the truth? You can't really handle that truth. Even when black folk telling the truth, we still doing it about 75%. We still withholding 25% because we know white fragility and white tears is the predicate for so much unborn terror in America. The discomfort of whiteness has led to the destruction of blackness and brownness and indigenous identity. White fragility has murdered so many of us.